Hi mamas, this is Kathleen. I am here to help support you, talk about a little bit about my experience. So right now you're probably in the beginnings of the divorce process and you have a lot of feelings and it's probably very overwhelming, which is to be expected. I'm very sorry for that and I feel your pain. When I first started going through the process of a divorce, I was at my wit's end. I had had enough. And I wanted better for myself and my daughter. So I had come to the conclusion that that was the best next step for her and I. And then it wasn't easy at all. So I first tried an online legal platform. And it was one of the most terrible experiences I've had with a company ever. I can get into that later, but it was absolutely horrible. So my first advice is to get a real lawyer. Get a lawyer that's in person because that experience was horrible. It took 14 months and nothing was resolved. Anyways, it was a disaster. Things ended up taking longer because of it, but get an in-person lawyer. And then what do you look for in a lawyer? Because I didn't really know. I don't think you know until you're in it. So don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself some grace because you don't know. So when you're looking for an attorney, you want someone who is, well, first, they're seasoned, right? So someone that's been in family law, a family lawyer, for at least 10 years. And that they're still practicing family law and they're not dabbling in something else like criminal law and that's their new passion. Because if they're not passionate about it, they're not going to focus on your case and they're not going to make you a priority. Another thing that is really important is don't be afraid to spend money. So in my case, I paid for our family wizard, which was brilliant. Did my co-parent ever use it? No, but it is an amazing platform. Another thing that I did was I had to take out credit cards in a loan, and I had to ask my parents for a loan. But remember what the end goal is. You're in it for the long game, and that is your child or your children. And in my case, it was my daughter. And she's the most important thing. And I knew it was the best thing for her to be with me. Mentally, physically, everything. But don't be afraid to pay for resources. Don't be afraid to ask your friends and family for help because there's always money later on. You can always pay it back. And there's only one shot that you have with your child or your children. And there are everything. And then this impacts them for the rest of their lives, right? And we think, oh, it's only until 18, but these are also like their formative years. So, learning about childhood development, this is so important for them. So keeping your child in the forefront of your mind and don't let money be something that gives you this big hang up. Pay for the resources that you need.